favorite in the field here. However, there are many contenders, including our very own Josée Chouinard. Now, she needs a very strong technical program to remain in the running, but if she can put that together with a very strong long program like she had at the Canadians, I think we'll see her on the medal podium. Canada's Preston has been very strong all week in practice, and she has the luck of the draw. She skates second last in the field, and with a good skate, she could be in a good position going into the long as well. But Paul, there are many youngsters to deal with out here as well.
Well, Barb, Oksana Baiul, Tanya Shevchenko, and Lu Chen are all 16 or younger, and Lu Chen is the current bronze medalist. As this field is wide open, all of these women have to be considered contenders, as well as the European champion, Surya Bonaly. But if any of these women have pressure to deal with, it's the American Nancy Kerrigan. 2 years ago in Munich, the Americans swept the podium, but this year, Kerrigan is going to have to really perform to retain her silver medal. But let's anticipate no more and go to the ice for the women's technical program.
Paul, Surya Bonaly, the European champion, will be on momentarily, but first, here's World Judge Jean Senft on one of the key elements in this women's technical program.
Chris, in the women's technical program tonight, we're going to demystify the double axel for you. It is one of the 8 required elements, and because it is so often referenced in single skating, we're going to identify it for you. The first thing to know is that the axel is the only jump that takes off from a forward edge. All other jumps begin from a backward takeoff. The single axel has 1.5 revolutions in the air. The double axel has 2.5. A good double axel has speed of approach, a clean takeoff, good height in the air, upright rotation, and lands on a true outside edge solidly and with control. Deductions from the required elements mark will apply if there is a fall on the landing, 0.5, or if a single axel is done instead of a double, also 0.5. If the landing falls out on 2 feet, 0.4, or if there is a touchdown with the free foot or hand, 0.2. If the landing has a 3-turn after it, there is no specific deduction, but it is considered a lesser quality jump. The double axel used to be a difficult jump for the women, but now many perform it with ease. Look for the best skaters not to take a long period of time to set up for the jump, but to pop it out of the footwork when you least expect it. This is more difficult to do and will be given credit if the jump is performed well.
Well, we go from Jean's piece on the jumps to one of the great jumpers in the competition, Surya Bonaly. You know, the story of the World Championships has been comebacks from disappointing 92 seasons for Brasseur and Eisler, and for Kurt Browning, well, it was a disappointing 92 campaign for Surya Bonaly, but she wants to tell everybody that she's back, and the European champion of the last 3 years is certainly one of the skaters to beat here.
Well, last year we were sort of excited for Surya going into the Olympics and the World Championships because she'd won the Europeans and then, you know, struggled at the Olympics and then placed 11th at the World Championships. So here, I'm sure, after again winning the Europeans, she'd like to get everything back on track.
There's the combination, triple left. Working with American choreographer Sarah Kawahara, and I can really notice a difference in the quality of her skating. She just seems to have a much nicer body control, body movement, and it's not the focus is not just jumps this year, which is nice to see.
Nice double flip with a variation with her hands over her head, showing a good degree of control. But what I noticed most in Surya's performance here was a degree of relaxation. I felt like she was out there skating for the gold in the figure skating competition in the ladies event, as opposed to skating for gold for her country, which was the pressure she was under at the Olympics. A much more relaxed performance.
Here's a look at the triple Lutz. Look at that, just a perfect jump straight up into the double toe loop. She's also had a coaching change. She is now with Alan Giletti, and I think part of the problem last year was her coaching situation. She just didn't seem happy. She seems a much more comfortable, happier skater out there this year.
Well, she did admit that the pressure last year going into the Olympics was overwhelming. We see some French fans here, but last year they expected a medal, and when she finished 5th, it was crushing. She went on to Oakland and was 11th, so that's a good sign that she just caved in under all that pressure and expectation. This year, when we talked to her, she said she really hadn't been the focus of attention at all in the French media. She will be after that skate. And look at these marks, technical marks, 5 6s from Bulgaria and China, but they go up from there. 5-8 from Belgium. There is a 5-5 on the board. Another 5-8 from Poland, Italy 5-8. So strong set of technical marks.
Well, as Elvis Stoico has been criticized, Surya has been criticized the same way. Excellent technician, questionable in the artistic impression half of the mark. We'll have to see what happens here. There they are.
The artistic marks go down on most of the cards, but nevertheless, the ordinals are straight across. 9 first-place ordinals for Surya Bonaly. Well, it's interesting that they try to accentuate the smile because she can light up a skating rink. Here she is, the Canadian champion for the 2nd time in 3 years, and a big question, can she keep this Canadian wave going? After Browning and Stoico last night, a lot of people up here were saying now it's Josée's turn.
Well, it's really going to be up to the jumps in this program. Josée is such a natural jumper, a very easy jumper. But when she gets out here in competition, she gets excited and her legs get stiff. So if she can keep that under control, I really think she has a good shot out here today.
demonstration of control there, and that double flip with her hand over her head, and an outstanding performance for Josée Chouinard.
Well, this is going to be very interesting because, like Surya Bonaly, she did the triple Lutz-double toe combination as well. So jump for jump, technically they're equal. It'll be interesting to see where the judges place them, though.
Well, in my card, there's no doubt Josée is going to beat Surya Bonaly in the artistic impression mark.
Look at this combination. It's just technically perfect. Straight up into the second jump.
She just ran off the ice to hug Joanne Barbeau, her coach. What she wanted to do was be in a position after the short program, and she should be.
Hello, maison. Je pense à toi, Vicky.
It hasn't been easy all year, though. This was a skater that went to Oshawa for the divisionals and had a nightmare. She had boot problems this year, had trouble landing jumps, went back to the old boots just a week or so before the national championships, and it all came together.
No, I remember the feedback from that divisionals, and it was, what has happened to Josée Chouinard? But what has happened is she went home and pulled it all together, and here she is.
Technical marks, 5, 5, 6s, and 7s. The high mark there from Denmark at 5.7. Josée was 6th in Munich in 1991, 5th at last year's World Championships in Oakland. Here are the artistic marks now. They go up a bit, but just one first-place ordinal. That from Denmark. The other 8 judges have her seated behind Bonaly, but Chouinard is second behind the European champions. Nancy Kerrigan of the United States won bronze in a U.S. sweep in Munich in 1991. She was the silver medalist last year in Oakland. Yet there's a lot of pressure on her here because she is the last American hope for a medal. And I think she's felt that pressure.
It'll be interesting to see what combination she attempts out here, because on the warm-up, she practiced 2 of them. One, a double toe, triple toe, which is a little bit easier, and the other, the Lutz combination, which actually it looks like she's going into right now.
Beautiful.
This is the same short program that Nancy performed last year at the Olympics. The music is composed by her choreographer, Mark Militano.
Required elements here in the women's technical program.
With her hands over her head.
extremely well-skated performance here in the women's event. As we mentioned, Nancy has a lot of weight on her shoulders, but she went out there and just beautifully went through that program, didn't miss an element, and perhaps one of the prettiest technical programs we'll see out here.
Here's the Lutz combination. She gets great height. Just a perfect landing there, straight up into the second jump.
And we'll be back with the marks for Nancy Kerrigan after this. Welcome back to Prague. She said she was a little nervous, but it didn't look like it.
No, she didn't look nervous at all.
The British judge not too sure at 5.4, but the other judges certainly liked it. 5.8 and a 5.9 from the Belgian judge.
Well, certainly she's probably the most elegant skater. She reminds me a lot of Peggy Fleming.
From Stoneham, Massachusetts. Now the presentation marks.
Really?
7 first-place ordinals, 2 third-place ordinals. The British judge and the judge from Poland have her seated third, as she assesses the marks with Coach Evie Scott-Bull. But Nancy Kerrigan certainly has got the Americans back in the medal picture. Kerrigan now the leader, Bonaly second, and Chouinard is in third place. Here's the 16-year-old sensation that dazzled us in Helsinki at the European Championship from Ukraine, Oksana Baiul, the silver medalist there. You'll remember her original program there. She went into the boards, the lace came loose, she had to reskate. Always something different with her. Today in the warm-up, she came out a minute after her fellow competitors. We weren't sure if she was going to show up.
The other thing is, once they announce her name, she likes to stand by the boards, and she isn't ready until she tells them that she's ready. She's really in control out there. With the triple Lutz combination as well. This is the combination that she went into the boards on at the European Championships. I just can't believe this ladies event. It's just unreal. They're just knocking off these combinations.
Barb, this girl has body language like nobody else out there. She can be powerful one moment, flirtatious the next, sensual the next. She just has a command of the audience like like no other women in this event?
Well, she reminds me of a Russian ice dancer, the way she moves her body, but she's also got the jumps as well.
Well, the judges in the stands, I think, are giving her the highest mark so far. Clearly, the most reaction for Oksana Baiul of Ukraine. She is dazzling.
As you mentioned, Barb, the consistency with which these women are knocking off these triple Lutz double toe combinations indicates that perhaps to set yourself apart from the crowd, the women are going to have to start entertaining the thought of doing a triple axel combination, because that doesn't seem to be enough to set you above the rest of the crowd technically.
And like the great athletes, they have tremendous confidence. After Europeans, her first major international, she wins the silver and says, I'm going to win at Worlds. And she might. Galina Smyskaya, coach of Victor Petrenko as well.
Well, it's interesting that I was talking to Galina, and she said that Victor actually finances Oksana's skating. He buys her skates, he buys her costumes, he pays for the ice time. There's not a lot of money to go around in that camp.
Didn't see Galina in Helsinki. Valentin Nikolaev on the right of the screen was supervising her in her silver medal performance at the European Championships. The only problem that they've had with her is keeping her away from the chocolate bars this week. Technical marks, 5-6 from Poland and China, 5-7s and 8s. These marks may not be as high as Nancy Kerrigan's.
Well, I don't really understand this. I thought clearly she was by far the best.
Well, I felt she carried fantastic speed through the whole performance. I did notice on one of her layback spins, she traveled a little bit, but it was a minor detail.
Now presentation marks. There's a 5-6 from China, but 5-9s from Italy and Japan, Czech Republic and Bulgaria. 2 first-place marks from Japan and Britain. The rest are second-place ordinals, and she is in second behind Kerrigan. Josée Chouinard now 4th, and she's standing by with Brian. It's a 4th right now in a technical event where just about every skater has been at their best, and here is one of the best. Last year's bronze medalist at the World Championships in Oakland, Lu Chen of China.
Well, you know, earlier this week in the qualifying round, Lu Chen came out and skated an absolutely clean performance, and I have to wonder if she didn't already put down her best performance of the week.
Well, we've seen a number of them so far, and here comes her attempt at the triple Lutz combination.
And she nails that one too, and boy, was she ever close to the boards there. point has to be pretty difficult if you're sitting on the judges panel right about now.
Well, I felt this performance was very well skated, but I didn't think it had the speed nor the attack that, say, Josée's had or some of the other skaters currently sitting in the top 3. But they say that to compete with the best, you have to train with the best. And Lu Chen has been doing some training in Blue Jay, California with Frank Carroll, and she will be going back there to continue training there. And she's certainly reaping the benefits of that experience.
Here's a look at her Lutz combination. Look at how close to the board she is already, but she gets good height and just pulls it around enough so that she doesn't hit those boards.
Back with the marks for Lu Chen of China in a moment. Back in Prague with the technical marks for Lu Chen of China, 5.5, 6s, and the 5.7 from the first judge, the Italian judge.
Well,
not as high as I thought they'd be.
Well, I think what it was, what you said, Paul, was that she just didn't have the attack like, say, Josée had. She was very cautious, especially on the double axel, I felt.
Man, this may be good news for Josée Chouinard as the presentation marks come up. 5.3 from Belgium, up to 5.7. She has a second-place ordinal from the British judge. The rest are 4ths and 5ths, and Lu Chen, the bronze medalist a year ago, is in 5th place behind Josée Chouinard of Canada. Here's Canada's other hope and the last contender to skate, Karen Preston from the Toronto Cricket Club, and she's got a tough job ahead of her because the top 8 so far have skated cleanly.
Karen has planned a triple flip combination, and on the difficulty scale, it's not as difficult as the Lutz combination, which has been performed by the top 5 competitors. Wow, there was no problem with that at all.
And she's smiling for Karen Preston. That's really something.
We don't often see her smile. That's great. Gorgeous layback spin. Her personality shine out there on the ice.
Yes, she just let us know that's as good as she's probably skated an original program, and the Canadians love it. Josée Chouinard, her teammate, and I'll tell you what, she rivaled Josée for a smile out on the ice in this original program.
Well, aside from the difficulty she had with a slightly tight landing on the double axel, it was a great performance. And as you mentioned, Barb, here's that triple flip. Nice tight air position, hands tightly across the chest, back up into the air for the double toe she carries. Good flow through the jump, and look at her face when she hits that combination.
Great.
Thank you.
The 89 and 92 national champion of Canada. Silver medalist in Hamilton.
And like Kurt Browning, she made a coaching change this year. She also went to Lutz-double. Obviously, it's worked for her.
So
That was great.
Yeah.
Lewis wiped his
Did you hear
brow
the crowd yell
when
nice smile? Yeah, love
she
it.
got that double axel.
Well, he said to me last night, he said,
Wonderful.
Kurt doesn't make me nervous at all. It's Karen that makes me
Hi
nervous.
guys, everyone back home. Kelly, Lance, Mike, Matt, Terry, everybody.
Everybody, Granite Club people. Hi, Granite Club.
Granite Cricket, love you guys all. Hi, Jess. Thanks, Mr. Sheard, for the dresses.
Has she missed anyone?
What was your best moment? You think?
Oh, when I landed the jump.
You like that?
Yeah.
No, I liked a lot of the other stuff. The communication with the audience was wonderful. You just kind of let it go. It was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Looked like you're having fun.
The whole package was there, wasn't it?
Certainly was.
Now, what did the judges do with this? They thought they might have had the top 5, but Karen Preston may have changed their mind here. Let's find out. Wow, technical marks not as high as I think we all expected. 5.2s, 3s, 5.6 from Bulgaria. You surprised?
Well, no, not as Barb mentioned. She did a triple flip, double toe combination. Not nearly as difficult as the Lutz. She did it well, and she did have a slightly tight landing on the double axel. More flow out of that jump would have been in her favor.
The best long in history.
Now the presentation marks. 5 3s, 4s, and 5s. A 4th place ordinal from Bulgaria. 6th place marks from Denmark and Belgium. 7ths and 8ths. And Karen Preston of Canada, who was 9th in Oakland last year, is 7th after the technical program. A women's technical event. Nancy Kerrigan of the United States, the leader. Oksana Baiul of Ukraine, 2nd. European champion Surya Bonaly of France is 3rd. Josée Chouinard is in medal position with the best technical skate she's had at the Worlds. Karen Preston almost as impressive as we join Brian Williams.